The great thing that I really love about John and George, as well as Dave Filoni, is that they are really all coming together to bring Star Wars Legends back in the overall canon by Disney. And not just that, we gotta respect the fact that Favreau and Filoni themselves, they tease and hint a lot of things about the future of Star Wars, the Mandalorian as a whole, as well as other Star Wars shows that are completely in the works by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, yes, given that Favreau has been teasing a lot about what's to come for Mando Season 3 and Season 4, which by the way is still intended to be the final season as of now, John has been, hinting a couple of big things about all the revelations, the twists and the turns coming our way for this year and next. Now, Jon Favreau had a couple of things to say that he likes to call that these twists and or turns and revelations are going to break the internet, and how it's really going to leave a big stamp in pop culture. So let's tap into exactly what Jon Favreau had to say about all of this. But first things first, we know that Jon Favreau is very much in control over the Mandoverse era. We know that he has a lot of decisions to make and a lot of authority over the actual Mandoverse Star Wars shows, be it the Ahsoka series, Mando, an upcoming show called Star Wars Mandalore, that's basically going to be the Avengers of Star Wars, but not being executed like the Avengers. It's hard to say. It's basically an ensemble cast, and they're going to have those characters split apart into groups. So, with that being all said and all, alright, on top of all of this, we know that Favreau has a lot of fun speaking out to the fans, teasing and hyping up the overall fans, and really getting the ball rolling with the marketing of Mando 3 and 4. Now, with Jon Favreau testing and hiring more, of course, creatives over at Lucasfilm, he actually went on to actually talk more about the plans of his Star Wars universe. Now, he has been getting involved in multiple interviews to tease great things to the community. In a recent one, however, Favreau went on to state the following, what he calls will break the internet. With what myself and Dave are developing and have been for a very long time now, are the types of revelations we want to tease in Season 3, and eventually fully execute in Season 4. Then, let me just say, that these reveals are going to change the game of Star Wars, and will easily break the internet and make fans go wild. So our idea was to base our revelations around Grogu and others like Luke Skywalker, and how their twists and turns could be so substantial that it could leave a footprint in pop culture for decades. We were very happy to hear George giving us the okay on all of this, and it was reassuring to hear from him personally that he believes our revelations will outperform the I Am Your Father moment from Empire. Now, let me just stop right here for a second. Now, John teased similar things before in the past, I know this, but this in particular is really setting up a lot of great things. The fact that these revelations are also going to impact the Skywalkers themselves and characters like Grogu, and how it's truly going to rattle and break the internet, basically translating to how the fans are just going to go insane. Now, when you look at everything like this, the fact that Jon Favreau is really trying to hype the fans for what's about to come in Mando Season 3 and 4, you can really see that he's passionate about what he's saying. It doesn't sound bland to me, it doesn't sound over-exaggerated, and John, by the way, even said that a couple of weeks ago, that I stand by my word, that I'm not over-exaggerating with what we are doing. So he's making it very clear that this is not just a marketing ploy or a marketing stunt to get fans overly excited like what happened with The Last Jedi, you guys may recall, especially in the Japanese marketing where they said The Last Jedi was going to have the biggest shocking reveal in all of pop culture, and that really was not the case. But anyways, when you look at everything related to what John and Dave are putting together, I gotta give them credit. These guys are working day in and day out, around the clock, almost every single hour, putting over 12 different Star Wars shows together at once. Can you imagine that workload, guys? I mean, I don't even know if John and Dave are sleeping over all of this, but when you look at everything of what's happening, the roadmap, the alternating storylines that have been getting shifted around, to kind of leave some breathing room in between shows, there's a lot of great things that are coming out of this. Now, we also know that Favreau is planning to announce a brand new Star Wars TV show later this year that most likely is going to be Ghost Track 17, the Thrawn and Ezra Bridger spin-off series. So, moving on to the next big thing here, alright, he goes on to actually elaborate the following. It's going to be a truly powerful moment. We always knew what we wanted to do with Grogu, and yes, he is his own character and person, so there is a complex story behind him. But how that's going to impact the Skywalkers is another layer I added to the mix for Season 4 that we know fans are going to be blown away over. This plan of ours is really going to make fans view some of the fan-favorite characters in a very, very different way, but in a positive way, of course, and we are just so damn excited about it all. It's going to truly evolve the franchise in ways it never could have without these surprises in store by me, Dave, and George. Now, before I get to the next big thing here, we know that Mando Season 3 is just around the corner on March 1st. We got 10 days to go? It's close. And we know that it's going to hold a lot of hints toward the big revelations that will take place in Season 4. Now, we know that Season 4 is going to have a big time jump. It's going to be a significant time jump by a couple of years, so you're most likely going to see all the characters evolve. Ahsoka, Din, Grogu, and especially Luke, by the way, who's going to have a major impact on Mando 4's story. So far, Luke's involvement in Mando Season 3 has been extremely minimal. We haven't really been hearing all that much, which makes us wonder if he's even in this actual upcoming season. You know, we know of one scene in particular for Season 3 that we talked about, but that was it. And we're not quite sure if it really entered into the script. It was only storyboarded. But moving to the overall scenario for Season 4, and how these revelations actually got George Lucas to give them the okay, and reassured them that this is going to beat the I am your father moment. And that really is, saying a lot. I'm starting to wonder, can you even really do that? Because fans back then were so shocked about it because they weren't expecting any kind of shocking reveal, right? So if they can create something that fans are absolutely not expecting in the least, it could easily, yes, have the same exact impact, but it has to be something so unexpected where nobody has even thought about it before. And John actually claims that what he has actually seen on the internet and social media, as far as he knows, no fans have guessed what their revelations are going to be for Mando Season 4. So that really kind of makes you, leaving scratching your head wondering what's going on here. So overall, there's a lot at play. There's a lot of things working on, by John and Dave at the same exact time. They have to make sure that everything is going to work out consistently and smoothly in order to really kind of embrace these major twists and or turns. So overall, guys, let me know what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments. What do you think about John and him creating these revelations that are going to break the internet, quote unquote? And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, let me know what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.